Hello my crispy friends. So we've got a Kawasaki ZH2 in for a tune and a setup on the dyno. We've had a couple of these in actually. One was in for a power commander setup, and this one is in for a Woolwich Racing ECU flash and a setup on the dyno. So I thought it would be interesting to make a video showing the differences between the ECU flash and the power commander setup. I'm not knocking a power commander at all. They're great pieces of kit. They're easy to use. You can make adjustments on the fly quickly, and they're great for tuning the fuel maps and stuff. But you can't directly interface with the ECU like you can when you're doing an ECU flash. So we're gonna prep this. We're going to get it all set up, get on the dyno, tune it, and we'll see what the differences are in power at the end. Right, so we're pretty much ready to go. So yeah, we'll get it on the dyno and we'll get going. Right, okay, we're all strapped on the dyno, we're all set up, everything's ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to crack on with this. I'm not going to go into great detail about the tuning process or how we flash the ECU and all that kind of stuff. If you're interested in that, then there are other videos in the channel where I go into a lot more detail and I explain the process. So yeah, I'm just going to crack through this. It's going to take me a fair bit of time, but once we get to the end, I will show you the final figures, and yeah, we'll see what we made. I mean, firstly, these things are absolutely nuts. I've got to say that, I mean, for a production road bike, it's insane, really. And Kawasaki left so much on the table in terms of power with these bikes. And there's so much tuning potential, it's insane. So, right, what did we manage to achieve? So, like I said before, I've had one of these in before for a power commander setup. So, what I'll do is I'll show you what we managed to achieve with the power commander setup, and then onto the ECU flash and the custom tune, etc. So this is, I'm trying not to show you the actual brake horsepower, because the final brake horsepower of the one I've just been doing now, I don't want to spoil it. So that's the base run of ZH2 that came into me before, and this is the final figure. So that's a power commander setup there. So hopefully you can see it all right. So yeah, I mean, that's good. You know, we've picked up some power everywhere really, especially around about here. That's a nice little jump there. So we've gone from, what are we, 52, 60, 10 brake horsepower. Nice, happy days. So you'd be really happy with that under normal circumstances. We didn't pick up much peak power. We went from 182 to 187 at the top, which is not a huge amount, but you know, everywhere else is good. So that essentially that would be a good tune. So that's basically where you are with the power commander. And like I was saying before, I'm not knocking them at all. They're really good for setting the fuel up, and it's easy to do because you make a change and it's instant. Whereas when you're doing an ECU flash and a remap, you've got to, you know, you make the changes and then you flash that over, and that takes a little bit of time. Yeah, they're quick and easy to work with. But anyway, so on to, I'll show you this ZH2 with the baffle in it, with the de-restricted ECU. Boom! This stuff is just silly, isn't it, really? Yeah, I mean, there's no engine mods here, don't forget. This is literally just working with the ECU. And that's it. There's nothing else going on. The peak power on that now is actually, again, I won't show you the top of the screen because I don't want to give away what we've finally made, but let's have a look. So that's 203 brake horsepower there. And it's made good power obviously everywhere, and it really starts to ramp up, you know, from sort of 10,000 RPM, which is around here. We did lose a bit down low initially, just here, because the fueling wasn't right with the changes that we made with the ECU. Bearing in mind the green run, there's been no changes to the fueling, so that's that. I did have a problem with the baffle in the Lextech system, because it's a supercharger. There's a lot of pressure inside of the exhaust, and that was causing well, a lot of pressure, and I was having issues with my air fuel ratio sensor and stuff like that. So anyway, this is the final figure of the ZH2 that I've been tuning, with everything done. This is the baffle out, and with all the fuel changes to suit the de-restricted ECU. Right, there we go. So I mean, it's just ridiculous, isn't it? And the final figure on that is a ridiculous 254.59 brake horsepower. It's madness, absolute madness. A complete custom tune, all the fuel maps sorted, ignition timing, electronic throttle valve, everything else, all the things that we can do inside of the ECU, all sorted. You can draw your own conclusions really about that. Can you use it on the road? Probably not. There'll be some people that will probably comment talking about things like different pistons inside the ZH2 compared to the H2R and stuff like that. There's stuff about forged pistons and cast pistons, blah blah blah. But the ZH2 and the ZH2SX, they run higher compression, so you have got to be a bit careful. But this is a safe tune, And the numbers maybe compared to other dynos could be higher, you know, whatever, really, when it comes to that. You know, all dynos read slightly differently. It's the before and after that counts. And it's not about the numbers. Well, actually, on this bike it is, because that is ridiculous. So anyway, I hope that's cleared a few things up, and it's been a bit of an interesting watch, and it's opened people's eyes to, you know, what can be achieved within an ECU flash. And this is all using bullets racing stuff, so it's well impressive, really. You know, you wouldn't see those sort of gains with a naturally aspirated engine, obviously, and that's been accounted for in the tune, so it is a safe tune, even though it's still putting out silly amounts of power. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'll try and think of something else to do at some point. And yeah, if you've got one of these bikes and you want to unleash it, then do it. All right, thanks for watching. See you again.